welcome. The title of the webinar is Manage Your Online Community Efficiently with Seamless Platform Integration. Quite a long title. We'll explain a bit later what this means. In fact, I'm Stefano. I will be your host today. I'm the Customer Success Manager at OpenSocial. I'm responsible for explaining to our customer what OpenSocial does, how they can do it efficiently, how they can maximize the usage of the tools that they buy. And I'm also responsible to make sure that they create successful platforms, not just at the beginning, but especially months and years after they started with the project. Joining me today, we have Marcelo Correa. Hi, Marcelo. Marcelo is the head of Drupal product at Compucorp. Could you maybe please introduce yourself and telling us why you're joining us today?
So, well, thanks everyone for joining today. Yeah, as Stefano mentioned, work at Compucorp as head of Drupal products. Yeah, a little bit about me. Well, based in London now, but originally from Brazil. Probably more than 15 years of experience in the area now, working from big companies like Hewlett-Packard to smaller ones or startups like Compucorp. Yeah, and then at Compucorp we have been working with OpenSocial products for 3 years or more now, but probably more closely with the OpenSocial team for most of this year. To share some of the work we have been doing with integrations, right? Salesforce, CVCRM that I'll be demoing today, and more recently in Microsoft Dynamics. So very happy to be presenting here today, and hopefully by the end of the webinar, you guys have a better idea on how to integrate your community platform with your CRM and how this can help your organizations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marcelo. Really helpful. I want to go through the agenda really briefly so people knows what is going to happen. We will have a brief introduction now about OpenSocial, what we are and what we do, a bit about integrations and what challenges do we have integrating different systems on OpenSocial, but in general as well. A demo from Marcelo, as he explained just now about a different integration that Compucorp is making. We will have a Q&A session at the end, about 10 minutes, depending on how curious you guys will be. And then we'll wrap up and welcome you to the next webinar next time. So without further ado, we can start. I don't know if everyone that is here today is actually familiar with OpenSocial, so I would like to spend a couple of words on who we are and what we do. So we are a SaaS company, and we are based in the Netherlands. So I've seen someone from Amsterdam. We actually have an office in Amsterdam and also one in Enschede. We are specialized in online communities and membership management solutions, and we are serving some of the biggest international NGOs as clients. So we have UNDP. Recently, we started with the European Commission. We worked together with Greenpeace for many, many years, and Pachamama Alliance, amongst many others. We place sharing at the heart of everything we do. This became our motto in the beginning of last year, because we think that sharing is what makes a group of individuals to turn into a community. And the more people share their goals, their innovation, their knowledge and stories, they become a unified community, and then they can really achieve anything they put their mind to. We have noticed this more and more, especially during Corona time, tough times, but communities move really online, and we try to help them with our tool and with our solution. We offer organization as online community software solution with a focus on member engagement and management. And maybe it's interesting to tell you why organizations like this that I just named like to come and work with OpenSocial. Oh, there are, of course, different reasons, but probably, as you know, organizations like this have multiple communities of professionals, stakeholders, employees, volunteers, you name it, and they need to find a way somehow to connect and communicate with all these people and to manage and engage also remotely, as I say, especially in this past few years. We often see that the part of this digital transformation is shifting more and more online, And online community helps the organization to do all sorts of things, to drive the digital transformation, of course, but also to manage the community more effectively, because they have finally a place where they can communicate with each other easily. Of course, there have always been other tools. You can do it on WhatsApp, you can do it with other social medias, but those are not tailor-made for their necessity, like OpenSocial can do at the moment. It is much easier to bring people together in this way online and activate them, engage them, and drive organizational to reach organizational goals. So this is in few words what OpenSocial is trying to do, and this is doing successful for the past few years. Now I want to talk about what we are actually going to discuss today. So more about the integration between platforms and how this can help or should help organizations create and manage their communities better. So we offer many organizations and communities the possibility to integrate different systems. We already have integration with Office 365, MailChimp, Zoom, and many others that I will explain to you in a few minutes. But why are integrations so important? Why we think that that's a necessity and that's the direction we want to go with OpenSocial, with our solutions? Well, going digital has a lot of pros, like I mentioned before, but also quite a few downsides, especially if you already have your own website, your own tools, your own software that you're using to manage your company, of course, your organization, your group of people. So adopting new tools, new platforms could become overwhelming. Efficiency can drop because your workflow becomes too complex, or managing the communities it could be difficult because two systems don't talk to each other, and you actually have to do more manual work than having lower amount of platforms or lower amount of software. Adopting new tools is always a pain, of course. Having to learn how to use something new, having to teach your own managers, your own members, your own users, how to move away from something they know to something new is always a process that takes a long time, and you risk to lose a lot of members in the process. Sometimes data get lost, of course, because these systems don't talk to each other, and there is no synchronization. So either you do a lot of manual work, or just you end up with information in one system but not in the other. So all in all, this could potentially create a very messy solution and create more work for people instead of removing it and helping them. So the goal of this digital transformation is also to make things more efficient and easier to manage. That's why we came up with some of the integration that I already mentioned. So Office 365 we used for single sign-on, and we are expanding it to also use it for synchronize the workflow between Office 365 and our communities. MailChimp, of course, to send newsletters, to send emails much easily via the platform. And this MailChimp is a tool that a lot of companies and organizations use already. So it was an easy choice for us to integrate with the system. Zoom, we are doing this webinar in Zoom. And now since a few months, we actually offer it as part of our events on the platform. So you can easily just create a Zoom link and the user can share it, the user can join it and do it directly inside the platform. We have more of this. We are more of this in the making. Please stay tuned. From time to time, we have roadmap webinars where we explain what's coming up in the near future. So if you have some questions, please ask. If you want to know more about what's coming, we can always come together and discuss about it. But now let's move to topic of the day. You can see in the slide, we have a logo of CVCRM is one of the integration from Compucorp. They also going to talk about, Marcelo is going to talk about Salesforce, and he mentioned that they also have Microsoft Dynamics. So please, Marcelo, I give the stage to you.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Stefano. So let me share my screen. Great. Okay, can you all see my screen? Yes. Stefano? Yes, perfect. Thank you. Great. Yeah. So
Yes.
as Stefano mentioned at the beginning, yeah, we're talking about challenges of integration, and the way that we thought about this, that we're doing split in two parts. So the first one, the challenge itself, and hopefully some of these things will resonate with issues you have in your own organizations, and then more at the end, I'll be doing some demos showing how integration could help you to solve some of the or tackle some of the issues you may be having. So great, but one of the things that I want to talk about is why you need to have integration, right? And wow, over 70% of organizations are using almost entirely cloud options in 2021. So it's quite critical to be thinking about how these platforms will interact one with the other. And when we talk with different organizations, right, what we see that many of these platforms, they are interlinking in function, but isolated in practice. And that's probably kind of crazy to think about, because imagine you're trying to, I don't know, launch a new product in your organization, and then, but your different departments are not talking to each other, right? And you can probably imagine that, a lot of opportunities will be missed. There'll be a lot of repeated work, most like a lot of work, and just time wasted. And the other thing is that IT leaders, they are becoming more conscious about how integration is important. And 85% are saying that integration challenges are hindering their digital transformation efforts. But what are these integration challenges, right? I think, Stefano mentioned some of them, but what I have prepared for the next 4 to 5 minutes is just probably the most common ones that we have seen happening, the different organizations that we have been working with. So to start here, well, probably the most common, right? Data quality issues. And anyone who has worked with database, probably you'll be very aware of this issue. And actually it's estimated that between 25 to 30% of data becomes inaccurate on a yearly basis, which can make your organization lose up to 20% of the revenue. And probably none organization can lose up to 20% of the revenue, right? So that's quite a big issue. And what the integration can provide you is what is known as single source of truth, right? So you have, instead of looking at different multiple contradictory sources, you have everything in one place, which is like your master data, and then from that you can just copy to different other platforms that you may have. And the second thing is time-consuming tasks. And that's one that is ever present, right? When you are talking about organizations that have different digital platforms, because it's quite likely, or it can happen, that you end up with people having to move data manually from one platform to the other, which is quite a tedious process, right? And in fact, 50% of employees' time is spent doing mundane data tasks such as this. So imagine what you could be doing if you had all this time freed up, just to work on different projects. If nothing else, at least would be much more enjoyable than just working in manually moving data from one platform to the other. And the third thing here is about poor service. So we mentioned a little bit about data quality or data fragmentation, but one of the real issues with that is that your organization probably will be providing an inferior service when interacting with your members or users. And researchers say that 77% of individuals are more loyal to organizations with good service, right? And probably, certainly true about my own experience, and I would imagine from yourselves, right? But if I have interaction with a company organization that has a good service, it's more likely that I would be doing repeated business and try to avoid the ones that don't offer good service. And integration, again, is one of the ways that can help you to tackle that, because you could have a full 360-degree view of your customer. And if you have a good implementation strategy, right? So for example, if someone calls your office or your support team to address an issue they have, probably be much quicker, and you show that you have a greater knowledge of the history that they have with your organization, and hopefully giving a more personalized service, and actually also building this loyalty that you want to have with your members. And the last one here that I want to mention is about tracking engagement. And yes, this is very important as well. And I would also say a more advanced one, right? But it's very important to membership organizations or membership communities, right? But it's certainly and definitely not easy. It's not a straightforward one. But again, the integration can help you with a centralized place that you can consolidate all your data. So instead of doing endless spreadsheets to try to analyze the data, you have everything in one place with purpose-built reports, right? So instead of, probably everyone has been there where you spent, I don't know, minutes, hours trying to put together a spreadsheet. By the time that spreadsheet is ready, probably that data is outdated already, right? And you need to take another export from different platforms and so on. And of course, there is issues that can happen because this is our manual process and so on. And if you think about integration between your CRM and a community platform, there are probably a few things that you could start tracking, right? So number of groups and numbers of number of groups being created in your community, number of your members who are active in the community platform, but also number of activities that each of your members are doing. And then of course, tailor cons and special activities or tasks that you want to send to these members. Cool. So now we have covered the 4 most common issues. So data quality, time loss, poor service, and track engagement. I'll move to what I hope is the most exciting part of this webinar, which are the demos. So I have prepared 4 different videos for this, and each one for different user story. Some very basic, and maybe others kind of probably more niche, but hopefully give you some flavor of the things that you could be doing if you had your platforms integrated. Cool. So what I have here, this is the first one. And so the idea for this one is you have your member signing up, which could be your membership offer, not necessarily the community platform. But let's say your membership organization, they are signing up for your membership offer. And as you probably expect, right, record is automatically created in your CRM. But as part of the sign up, the user can also opt in to be a member of your community. And if the user opt in, what you see is that you can automatically create a user in OpenSocial, write the correct set of permissions there. So I'll just play this video, move it to full screen, and just guide you guys through it. So here what we have, I was saying, this is just a very simple sign up form, right? So I'm just filling some information here, and I'm choosing my membership type here already, and then I'll show why this is important later on. And I was just saying, then here the member is saying I want to opt into the community platform and submitting. Cool. So once this is done, and now I'm just, maybe for some of you, this is the first time seeing CVCRM. So all the demos today, you'll be using CVCRM, but of course could be with Salesforce, Dynamics, or any other CRM that allows to integrate with. And so what I'll be doing here is just going to search for this user who just has signed up for my membership offer, and so which is myself. And you, as you probably expect, right, you have all the information that has been filled in the sign up form, and also work email address, and you also have that he has opted in for the community platform. And what you also have here is the sync status of this record with your with OpenSocial. So you can see that it's synced, when it was last updated, when it was last synced, and also the OpenSocial ID. So you can just refer to a record in OpenSocial if you need. And because this member has chosen to be part of your community platform, now, for the ones of you who never have used OpenSocial, now have just moved to OpenSocial, and as an admin user again, and just showing here that, yeah, now Marcelo has been created here with correct roles. So the set of permissions are already correct. I don't need to do anything. The information that was in the sign up form already here. Again, nothing that your staff needs to do. And similarly to what you have in CVCRM, here you have the sync status for this one record. And just one more thing here is that in OpenSocial, you could also, if you have, of course, the correct set of permissions, you could see all your users and what's the sync status. So yeah, if you want to check, I don't know if there is anyone who hasn't synced, or you go to your CRM and you see that, yeah, the information is not matching, most likely there was a sync error, and you could just come here and see the status of all your users. Cool. Yeah, so I mean, the idea here is to show how much time could be saved, right, for your staff, and but also, yeah, for your members. And of course, the issue of data quality, everything synced between both platforms, actually between, yeah, the sign up form, your CRM, and OpenSocial, and there is no admin time here at all. Everything happened in the back end or in the background, and got synced automatically. Cool. So what I'll be doing now is moving to use case 2. So same member, he has signed up for your membership offer. And what's going to happen then is that he's going to automatically receive an invite for the community, so he can set his password. I'm also going to show that he can create a group once he's set up in the community platform, add a member, and then again, everything will be synced to your CRM. And as now we are collecting all this information for a community platform, you can start creating mailing lists in CRM based on your members' interest. Cool. So let me play this next video. Great. So here's just my Google account. I have received an email from OpenSocial saying that account was created for me. I'll just copy the link and paste on different browser. And yeah, and then here's just very simple message, right, saying that this is a one-time login, and yeah, you probably expect my email is already there, the username, and yeah, just going to set now my password. Yeah, of course, you could set different email notifications here if you wanted, but that's not the focus of today, so I'll just skip and save. And great. So yeah, what we shown here, right? So in less than, I don't know, like a couple of minutes, your member has signed up for a membership offer, but it's already logging in your community platform as well. As I have shown before, if he goes to his profile, all the information is there. He doesn't need to type everything again. And of course, you could collect more data during the sign up form if you wanted. And here, just going now to create a new group and show how it works on the other way around. So from your community platform to your CRM. So just going to create COP26 group, just adding some information here, description. Maybe we can skip this a little bit. Probably don't need to see me typing. Just setting the permissions here. Okay, just location. Cool. And yeah, one thing here that it's important to mention. So here you can set your tags for the group, right? So this is a environmental group. And yeah, what you see next is that based on the information that now I'm collecting here, I'll be able to create my mailing lists or in the CRM. Great. So what I'll be also be doing here, just going to add an extra member. Hopefully most of you are used to OpenSocial, so this is something that you already know, but so I'll just skip here. And okay, so my group is now created, and what I'm just going to show is similarly to people or the members of the community. yeah, you could also see the sync status for all your groups, right? Again, if you see that for some reason there are different information in your CRM and your community platform, you could come here and see what's the status. So yeah, here for a group we just created, you can see that has been synced and no errors. Okay, so now I'm back to the CRM and I'm searching for the group that I have just created. It's already there. Just waiting for this one group to load. And you can see, yeah, here that, yeah, the information, well, probably as expected, right? Tag is there. So this is an environmental group. What's the contact type? All the sync status, it's also there. And yeah, the group type here. And of course, you could have many other fields based on your needs. And the last thing for this demo is just going to show, yeah, how now, because your CRM is collecting this data about people who are interested in environmental discussions. I had created previously these mailing lists here in the CRM. And yeah, just going to show that these two members who had just been added to this group that has just been created are already here. So yeah, Marcelo Correa, who is our new user, right? And Hanley Martin is also here. Cool. So just coming back to the slide. So yeah, as I was saying, all these things were done without any work from your staff, right? From the point that the user has signed up, from him accessing the platform to having the mailing list updated, everything happened in the background with no need to someone doing manual steps. And also it's a better user experience, right? Because as I mentioned, like 1-2 minutes after logging into the platform, he already received an email and he can log into your to the community platform. And of course, you can have outcomes tailored to users' interests, which were mentioned in your community platform. Cool. So the third one is probably the one that I was saying is more maybe niche, but imagine that you run your boards or committees on OpenSocial, but your staff maybe prefer to use your CRM to manage group members, because maybe the CRM is part of their daily routine and they just prefer to work there than opening the community platform. But also what they would like to do is create or edit members of a group in advance. And yeah, what I mean by advance, I'll probably make more clear now. Great. So we are here in OpenSocial, right? So I'm just showing that this is a board. So it's a closed group, right? No one can request to join. Probably don't want your community to see that you have your boards there. But yeah, all the discussions that are happening from your board, you can see, your members who are there. But what I'll be doing here, I just go now to the CRM, and again, I'll search for these boards here. So Springfield Board Committee, and again, same information that now you guys have seen probably a couple of times. But what's new on this demo is this relationship tab, and what you can see here is all the members that are part of the group on OpenSocial. But I'd say more than that, because probably it's quite common for board members to have like a term, right? So they have a start date and an end date. So Peter Shaw here, you can see that started October 19 and his end date is October 21. But there's probably the election, and then Rita Bond has been nominated as a new board member, and she's starting from October 21. So you could set these things here in your CRM, and when the dates arrive, things will just happen automatically in the background. So no need for you to remember to go there and remove a board member and add a new one. And of course, you could do all the management of group members from your CRM if you wanted, not only set dates in the future. Again, yes, no problems with data quality, right? Everything is integrated between the platforms and reduce admin time. So just saving probably quite a lot of time here. And finally, the last one is about engagement metrics. And yeah, so imagine you are someone who, I don't know, look after engagement in your community, or maybe churn of your members. And so you could have a dashboard created once you log into, for example, your CRM, there you can see different metrics over there, and of course take informed decisions to improve your metrics. So this is a quite simple one, and a very simple actually example here as well. But yeah, this is your dashboard in CV, and you could create different reports here. So the one you see on the left is just so from your active member, what's the average number of groups they have joined in the community platform. For inactive members, well, same thing. And then on the right, let's say here we just had 3 members in your organization, right? But you could see the number of groups that they have joined and what's the membership status. And probably from here you can start make some conclusions, right? So it looks like if the member has joined more groups, it's more likely they he'll be active with his membership. So how you increase then engagement, or how you make members join more groups so you avoid people churning from your organization. Cool. And then of course, just improve how you track engagement, and hopefully offer a better and tailored service to your members. Cool. These were the 4 use cases that I had to show. Of course, there are many other things, but just because of time, these are the 4 that we wanted to show today. So I guess I just stop sharing my screen now. And back to you.
Take over. Thank you so much, Marcelo. It was amazing. I learned a lot myself, and I hope all the people joining also had the same reaction. I haven't mentioned before, but of course we work with Compucorp as a partner, and we work with also many other partners. Maybe someone wonders why we don't build certain things in-house at OpenSocial. Well, because of this, because we like to work with people that have certain set of expertise, and they work with specific technology on a daily basis, and they know best what certain things how certain things need to be done, and how they can work with OpenSocial. So we rely heavily on this expertise, and as you can see, we made a good choice with Compucorp. So thanks again. And now, of course, we can take some questions. While you were talking, I came up with one, because you were very focused on all the advantages, and that's amazing. Of course, I also mentioned what the saving of time and making the life easier for people in the organization. But I'm sure that you end up with some challenges why you make these integrations, Compucorp, but also users. So how does Compucorp manage to work around these challenges, if some of these challenges are actually happening?
Yeah, sure. I mean, when we start an integration project, what we usually see, probably say 3 main challenges, right? One is, what to integrate. If there is any data migration, and probably, to go live. And it's probably quite common that, when you start, and the client will just say, oh, what do you want to integrate? Well, everything. And then of course, probably you really don't want to integrate everything, right? You need to, because we have seen cases, I don't know, contacts in the CRM, I don't know, in Salesforce had 150 fields. You probably don't need all of these in your community platform, right? You probably just need 15, 20 maximum. So identify and work with the clients. What are the real things that would bring real value by being integrated, right? So what probably what success looks like, or what's the outcome that you want to have from this integration, and then prioritizing based on this, instead of trying just to integrate everything just for the sake of integrating. And yeah, and then the other thing is data migration. Yeah, probably, yeah. Data migration is never easy. And especially, I guess, when you talk about community platforms, because you can have data on different formats, right? Yeah, it's important to understand, again, what really makes sense to migrate. And just prioritize what's important to have. But again, what we usually do in this project is that we, I think it's just about practicing. So when it goes to the go live date, you're not doing the data migration for the first time. You're just repeating something that has been done a few times before. So yeah, just make sure that, of course, during the go live, right, no one is changing any data, but it's probably just replicating process that you have created in the past or during the project, and hopefully, yeah, it won't have any issues. And yeah, and then the go live itself, because yeah, I mean, you can probably try to cover all the issues that can happen with integration, but yeah, in the end, I think, yeah, one thing is practice, other thing is, yeah, it's going live. You can start receiving, yeah, type of information that you have never received before, and then, yeah, you just need to adapt and to find a solution for these things. So yeah, what we tend to do is, yeah, be very close with the clients when we are going live, and just make sure if something happens, we are there to try to find a solution.
Oh, thank you so much. And we have a question that I'm just reading in the chat. I think it's quite similar to what I want to ask. So is there a magnitude of potential members of the community that justifies CVCRM? And I imagine also Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics. Our current community is about 1,500 members of a rural community. I think the maximum member possible may be 2,500. I'm not sure if you go through the challenge of integrating a CRM. What is optimum?
Yeah, I mean, integration can sound complicated, but can be simple at the same time, right? Because it depends what you want to do. So if you just want to, I don't know, understand what your members are interested in, so you can send better comms to them, then I guess you could just integrate your members' information between both platforms and make groups. But yeah, if your members are showing their interest in their own profile, I guess all the information that you need is in the user's profile. So you don't need to go integrating, I don't know, events or groups and members of groups and any other entities. So you can make it very simple. So yeah, probably it's more about not yet the number of members you have, but yeah, what are the things that you like to do with the data, and then yeah, then just trying to work together to find the best solution. Because we've seen cases, yeah, there's just one entity in just one way. It's a very simple integration, and that will be sufficient. But for other clients, yeah, they can say, no, I need to integrate 3 different platforms. Need to have a cron job running in the background because we have this third platform that needs to be in the middle between the CRM and the community platform. Yeah, we need to have two-way sync integration. And yeah, I mean, you can make it as complex as you want, but as simple as you want. So yeah, probably start with the basics of what you want to do. And then yeah, you're getting value, and maybe you're seeing your members more engaged because you're having more tailored information about them, or saying tailored comms, or doing more things that engage them more. And then you can probably start adding more and more things to your integration.
Oh, thank you so much. And I have another question for you. Before you said that not everything should be integrated, so not every system, but how can an organization decide which system to integrate and which system to keep separate? Is there a guideline or something that you normally come to you as to consult on this? What how the process works?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar to what I was saying. It's all about what you want to do with the data that you start collecting, integrating, right? And yeah, and just understand what's important for you, and then you see, yeah, what you need to integrate and what you don't need. That's why before starting integration itself, I would say that it's quite important that you have some time to do a discovery exercise events. I don't know, it's internal, just if your team or if a provider to help, but planning the integration before start doing probably is the most important thing there. So then you have all the areas of your organization together, and you can see the different opinions, the different needs, and then plan around that. And then once you know what you want to have out of this, then you can start saying, okay, so I need to integrate the CRM with the community platform, I don't know, with any other platform you have, and these are the entities that I need, these are the fields that I need, right? So yeah, probably spending a good amount of time at the beginning is the most important thing there. And then, yeah, the systems that you need to integrate, you just come naturally.
Okay, well, thanks, very clear. I don't see any other question in chat. I have one more, but if, oh yeah, there is a, I see a hand in the chat, but okay, yeah, question is coming. I feel like I understood the details of the integration well, but I'm missing some of the larger picture. First off, am I correct in assuming that the advantage of using CVCRM to manage your data instead of Drupal is that it is harder to integrate other software like MailChimp directly to Drupal, but it's easier to do with CVCRM? And then regarding Compucorp role, is the integration between OpenSocial and CVCRM so complex that it needs integration expert like yourself to come in and make sure it all works as intended?
Yeah, going with the second question first. Yeah, I mean, can be, as I was saying, can be complex, but what Compucorp comes to help is, of course, one is the experience that we have integrating with other clients, but and also the expertise of doing this before and having the right tools. So it's not something that you cannot build yourself, right? OpenSocial is open source. CVCRM, of course, is open source. Drupal is open source. So yeah, all the things you can do it by yourself, but it's just because we have been working with CV for the best part, I think, the last 10 years or so. OpenSocial, for 3 years or so. So we have done this before, and we can help you. And sorry, the first question.
Yeah,
I mean, I think MailChimp and CV, they have different goals, right? MailChimp, it's probably just about sending email communications, right? From, or mainly these, and CVCRM, it's much more than that, right? You can create events, you can control donations, memberships for your organization, manage volunteers. It's a real CRM, which I understand MailChimp is more focused on the email marketing campaign side of things. So I think it's just two different things. And of course, depending on what are your needs, probably MailChimp would be enough, and you don't need CRM. Maybe, then depends on how many. Is that the same person? No, it's a different person. Yeah, so depending on the size of your organization, maybe MailChimp would be enough. You don't need the CRM. But I would just say that they are different platforms for different goals.
Yeah, I think it also connects to the previous question, right? If there is a size of a community that justify the cost of having another CRM, because Drupal, of course, OpenSocial can manage a basic CRM functionality like management of users, but at some point maybe a company feels the need to integrate CRM, Salesforce, or something else, or maybe because they are already using it in their company, so they have the expertise, they know how to use that, and they attach community software like OpenSocial for their community part and the members. So it could be both ways, and definitely having a conversation with us at OpenSocial or with you at Compucorp to suggest if this is a solution for the needs. I think is a perfect starting point, of course. Awesome. Oh, thanks for the compliment. Thanks to you, Marcelo. I think we are at the end of our webinar. We are just 1 minute too late. On the slide, you can see my email address. You can always reach out directly to me or Marcelo, of course. If you have more questions, you can always go to getopensocial.com and sign up for a demo. If you want to even have more information there, we'll be happy to set up some time with you. And I hope you had a good time. I hope everything was clear. And I see you next time, Marcelo. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a great day.